Welcome, my dear friends. Today we will study about scatter diagram. We will look into how to draw the basic scatter diagram and then to add different accessories to this scatter diagram. So for this we have a data set, as you can see in your screen. This is a data set which is called as the Turkish height weight data set, and it is actually taken from a paper or a basic report on the height and weight of primary school children from different social backgrounds in Turkey, and it was published in Journal of Topical Pediatrics in 1997. So we have this data set. So we have height of a group of individuals and their weight, which is measured in kg, and their height is measured in centimeters. So age, weight, and height. So we will use this data set for drawing the scatter diagram. So we actually save the file in the documents folder with the name Turkish height weight. We give a name to it, and as a CSV format we save it in that folder. Once we do this, then we may close this file, and we come back to the R console. So first we need to read the data, and so we use the command data command, that this is equal to, for reading command we use read CSV, read.csv, and then we give a bracket here, give the file name, and then header equal to true, because we have the variable names as the header. So this command will actually help me to take the data set inside this one header. And then we use the command attach data. Attach data. So once we use this command attach data, the data sets goes under the different variables, that is age, height, and weight. Now first we start with a very basic and simple scatter plot. It's the plot command, and then we use the height, because height is the independent variable here. Height is measured in centimeters, so height we give the variable name, I think it was capital H. In the data set it was capital H, so height, and this is the full name is height CMS, so we use a height CMS command, and then comma weight WEIGHT, and then underscore kg. So once we do this, we press enter, and let us this is happening because it is probably the file name. Let us have a look at the file. The variables names were different in the file, so we can get it from the data frame command also. So we just press here the data, then we can see what is the variable name. Yeah, weight, height was kg, k was capital, so as R is case sensitive, so I just change here, so it k into kg. So CMS was small letter and this kg, k was capital. So okay, fine. Now if I press enter, then we have a graph here. You see very nicely the graph, and you can see that there is a very positive relationship, because as height increases, weight is increasing. This is also in keeping with the general theory that with height increase, the weight of the individual shall also increase. So this is the basic plot command that we have. We don't have any speciality in this plot. Neither the title is there, x-axis title and y-axis title. Is just the name of the variables themselves. Now I want to bring some changes to it, but first I require a graph title of the graph, and I also require to change the x level and y level, x-axis level and y-axis level, by giving a suitable name, not just the name of the variable. So what I do, I go here, I press the top arrow in my keyboard, so I get the basic command back. So this is the plot, and then we come here, we give a comma, then we write main, that means this is the main title, then I give equal to, then within quotes, this is or scatter plot for Turkish data. So scatter plot for Turkish data, this is the main title or of the graph. Then we press comma, and then we have the x level, and then we give equal to, within quotes, height of Turkish boys in centimeters. Then we give comma, then we give y level, weight of Turkish boys in kgs. So we give this, we press the inverted commas back, and then if we press enter, then we get the same graph once again, but this time you see there is x level and y level. So, and we have a title of the graph also. So this way we can give the title of the graph. Now let us go back to the R console, and suppose we want to little bit change same command itself, we get back, but after that we press a comma and we write color equal to red. Let's press enter. You see what happens here. This graph is drawn, but the color of the dots that has become turned into red instead of being black. So this is how the graph will look like with this command. But if you have, then we get. But this does not look nice in the sense that I expected that the dot will get filled, but it is only the boundary that is being colored in red, and it does not look nice. So for that, what we do, we come back to this plot window, command window, and we type the same thing, color equal to red, and then write PCH equal to 16. PCH equal to 16, and then press enter. So when I press enter, PCH equal to 16, it gives me filled dots with the color red. So filled dots with the color red. So we see that the graph is in this form. Now what happens, you see there are different values of PCH that gives different types of dots. Sometimes it is square, sometimes it is triangular, sometimes it is filled, sometimes it is not filled. If you want to see that what are the options available under PCH command, so you may come back to a Google and you write PCH values in R. Automatically it comes PCH values in R. So here are the options that here you see in this graph, you can see it in this photograph. So if you write PCH equal to 0, you will get this type of box. If you get PCH equal to 1, this type of circle. PCH equal to 2, this triangle. PCH equal to 3 plus, like this it goes on. So different symbols. From P15 it starts the field. PCH 15 is this one. PCH 16 is field circle which you used. And then triangle this one, and this these are the different values. So you can use PCH 16 quite commonly. PCH 16 is used, so that's why PCH 16 is of this form. So we come back to R and let us see other variants of PCH. Okay. Okay, now let us look at this one thing more. Like I get the same one, PCH 16, till this much it is same, and then comma, then I write type equal to, within quotes, say L, and then we press enter. We see it is converted into a line. So this is red and it is converted into a line. So if you want to connect the points, then you have this gets converted into line. Now if you think that this line is too thick, too thin, and you want to increase its thickness, then you can use come back to the plot window, and what we do is that we come back and then we use LWD equal to 2. Now this line width, same command, just you add to it LWD. LWD is line width. So you see line width is showing this one. Now suppose you want that I want the line also, and then I want the dot also. The dot should also be there. and line should also be there. In that case, what happens? We come back here, and then we press this. So come here, and in case of type L, you just write type O. Other things remaining same. In that case, what will happen? You see, you get the line and you get the dots. Now it looks nice. Now it looks nice. It looks at the graph. You can use the color command to change the frame also and the numbers written here. So, but then it is black and red line. So this looks quite good. So now suppose you want the grid line. So grid means you have drawn the graph. After that, you will draw the grid line. Grid lines means you have some particular line. So what I do is that I have already drawn the graph. Now I will draw the grid. So I'll come to the command window, write here grid, 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 and then I write the color equal to gray. Color equal to gray. When I write this and I press enter, I see, you can see there is a mild grid. If it is visible, mild grid is there, color equal to gray. So if you want to change, no, I don't like this, I want blue. Okay, then come to the command window and then you draw this and then write here blue. So yeah, you see now it is little bit more visible. So this grid has very nicely appeared and you have a blue grid and red graph. Very nice. Okay, fine. Now we want, suppose, the data set also. Now data set, I want the data set in the graph. So the data set as labels here. So what I will do, I will write this entire command and then we use to get the graph, and then we get use a text command. Then we use a text command to get the text over the graph. So this will give me the labels of the graph and we can see what is the label. So what we do is that a graph is drawn, grid lines are there. We are decorating it further. So what we click here, come to the command window, then we write text, and then we give the bracket. Then we give height, CMS. Remember the name of the variable. Don't make a mess. Then we write weight. Then we give kg. So height has come, weight has come. Then labels equal to height, CMS. Adjacent equal to 0.5. Now this is a number. This means the writing will be how close to the point. By default, if you don't give this, it will be written, but the distance or from the point will be taken by R on its own by default. So by default is adjacent equal to 1. But if you write adjacent equal to 0.5, it will come little bit closer. Color, we take color equal to red. So it will be written in red letters. And position equal to 2. Position means position equal to 2 means left side. Position equal to 4 is in the right side. And this is CEX. CEX is the font size. We take it less than natural. So natural font size is 1. CE, not CES, but CEX. CEX. So we take this 0.8, position is 2, that it will be written in the left side. And then how close it is. So ADJ, adjacent equal to 0.5. Labels is height of centimeters. And where it should be written in the coordinate of height and weight. So there only the height will be written. So we press enter. Okay, some object weight in kg. Okay, there is a spelling mistake in weight in kg. So this is actually capital. That's why it is not writing. Okay, weight in kg. And then we write this. You see, very close to this, these values are appearing. These values are appearing. Now one value, this value has gone outside the graph. So how can you adjust it? Can you have do you have an idea? You have the knowledge already. How can we adjust it?
So we can increase the Y levels,
Yeah, you can increase the not Y level, X level. X
the
level,
limits.
X level you can start from here. It actually started from 100. Instead of taking from 100, if you start from 90, because there is a command with the help of which you can control the X values of the axis values. So axis values, instead of starting from 100, if you start from 90, then these will automatically get adjusted and this can be seen. Otherwise, this is how uh, this graph is drawn. Now you see, we have got the weight, height value we have got, but we have not got the weight value. So these are all height values. So for this, for getting the weight values, we come back here. What we do, we press back. So I get the entire command here. Here I make some changes. Height and weight fine. Levels here. In levels I come back. Okay, and I make a clear screen and come back once again. Control L, so I get a clear screen. I get this command back. So height, weight, fine. Here instead of weight centimeters, let me write height centimeters. Let me write weight kilo. Then adjacent equal to 0.5. Okay, let us keep it. Here instead of red, let me write blue. So one level will be in red color and the weight level will be in blue color so that they can be easily differentiated. Position, instead of making it 2, let us make it 4. So it will come in the right side of the point. And CEX equal to 0.8. Okay, fine. Now when I press enter, this graph is drawn. And if we do this, you see, here comes the graph. Now you see the graph looks very nice. One is in the left side, one is in the right side. And here comes the values. Here also you can adjust this x-axis little bit and draw the graph once again so that all these points gets adjusted inside. Little bit here you start from 110. So instead of 110, sorry, you start from 90, and here instead of finishing at 160, you take it as, I think this is 144. So you can do, I think 150. It is now at 150. No, it is now at 145. So if you take it to 150, then it will automatically adjust it. Here also this is it is not 100, it is 105. So if you start from 100 and go up to 150, and then I think all the values will be nicely adjusted in the graph. Value levels will be nicely adjusted in the graph. Now suppose you want a line parallel to x-axis, you want to draw, because what happens, sometimes we want to see that who are the people whose height is more than the average, or who are the people whose height is less than the average, or who are the people whose weight is more than the average. And today morning I went to the market, I found that there is some people who are standing with a weight machine, and not the ordinary that we see in a market, that people you give a coin and get your weight done. But no, they are advertising that we have a free health checkup here, get your weight measured, whether you are obese or not, and then you get a free diet chart from us, what all things we need to include and all. So some people are going there, they are measuring their height, weight, and they are calculating body mass index and doing this. And I also went to see that. So they are telling that, okay, your height or body mass index is more than the average. You should take care of your health like that. You should properly control, manage your diet this way. Now what happens? We want to see how many people are there whose height is more than average or weight is more than average. Now, in order to do that, I want to introduce a line at the average value of height or at the average value of weight. Suppose the average height is say 30 or say 31, then I want a line here. So any people whose dot is appearing before that line, they are more weight, or you may tell they are towards obesity. And then suppose average height is 132. So if I draw a line parallel to y-axis here like this 132, then these are the people. These people who are appearing here, they are actually having a weight more than they height more than the average. So you can select them for modeling. They are very height, very nice. So what we do, we come back here, and then we have AB line. AB line. AB line is the command when you want to introduce a line in an existing graph. AB line. AB line. So what is this AB line? You take is equal to say average height is say 32.5. So I write 32.5. This H means height. That means not height of the person, but level means y-axis. This is actually the y-axis coordinate, to be very simple. Y-axis coordinate. So y-axis coordinate 32.5, and then we give a color equal to your color. You may give green also. Let us give red because already we are using red color for that. And line width, I want it to be little bit thicker line than the other line. So LWD equal to 2.5. So line width is 2.5, and then so we expect that it will give me a line parallel to x-axis. Yes, we have got a line parallel to x-axis. This is the average height. So this is the line. So we want, and then there is one command line type LT by P. So line type command we can use to get a dotted line or a line, thinner line or a dotted line like that. Different types of lines are there. We have seen in the previous class. So this we get an average line here. And suppose I want a average height line for average height measured in centimeters. So I come to the command window. I give a AB line command. Here instead of using the height, we use the H command. This is the V command. So V command, H command gives us a horizontal line. V command gives us a vertical line. So vertical line, say it is 121 is the say average height. So what we do is the average weight height, sorry, centimeters. So I write 121.8. This is the average. Color equal to change the color. Let us make it blue. And line width, okay, we can decrease the line width little bit, make it 2, and then press this. So we get another line. Now this is very interesting. You see, with the help of scatter diagram, very quickly we can go to such important conclusions. So our graph now gets divided into 4 quadrants. Already it is a first quadrant graph because none of the values are negative. So no need of using the second quadrant, third quadrant or fourth quadrant, only first quadrant graph. But on the average value, we have divided it into parts. And now these are the people who are having good height and good weight also simultaneously. Here this is an increasing trend. As height increases, weight also increases. But in some scatter diagrams, it may be scattered all around, points may be all around. And these is the group where we have maximum for both the variables, high values for both the variables. So these are the points which are having high for both the variables. Now, suppose I want to get this, everything is there in the graph. Now you see, suppose I want to include all the things in the graph. So let us start from the first thing. Okay, so we have this command. This is the final command that we have. Now, if it is a scatter diagram, then line type equal to, we don't have a scatter diagram, we don't want to connect the points by a line. We have done just to see that this can be done. But if you want that, no, I don't want this scatter diagram to connect them with the line. So you may remove these parts, and or what you can do, you can type this type P. So what will this will give? This will give only the points, not the line. So I don't want the line, so I have got this. So this will give me a very clean graph. So look at the entire command. So this is plot height weight. Main is the scatter plot for Turkish data. This is the main title. X label equal to height, Y label equal to weight. All these things. Color of the dots will be red. PCH will be 16. That will be field dot, and the type is P. So only dots. line width is not required here because we are not using any line now. So rather we can use the x lim and y lim command to get the value. So x lim, as I told, we require little bit more than what was the our decision. Okay, then here if we start from 100 and there if we go to 150, then I think the points will be very nicely spaced. Okay, let us draw and see if necessary, and then we'll make a correction here. So y lim, is there need of any correction? Y limits, let us say y limits. No, I think y limits are okay. So y limits are okay. So we don't touch y limits. We touch the x limits. So we use the x lim command. So this will give me the limits of x. See, then we start from 100 and upper limit is say we take 150, then 150. So we close the bracket. So everything is done. Press enter. Let us see the graph now. Yeah, the graph now looks like, you see all the points are there very nicely split. Now we want the labels back. Nah? So labels back, we don't have to write it once again. So we just can press back and get the labels here. Text, okay. Height, weight, height levels, 0.5 color position. Okay. So this is about height, and then I want to, because the labels is height centimeters. Then we'll have the weight also here. Weight kg. So this is done. So these two commands, this will give me the labels. Now let us look at the graph. Now, okay, weight command, I think I did not press enter there. Okay. So we go back to the this. So we have these points. Oh, it looks so nice. It looks so nice. So something special is happening. So this way we can write it in this side, these values, and so we see that there is a increasing trend, not exactly linear, little bit curvilinear. So it tells us that if we plot a curvilinear plot, say a quadratic equation will very nicely fit this data. This is from the eye of a statistician, but one can check different options like linear, quadratic, and see which one is the good one. So anyways, so this is how we complete the scatter diagram. So other options you may check all other different options. So I have shown you how to draw the scatter diagram, basic one, changing the x-axis title, y-axis title, regular title. Then draw the points, change the color of the points. Then have the levels. Then arrange the x-axis level, x-axis limits and y-axis limits. So this graph is a gradual. Since this is a very gradual free flowing graph. Okay. So with these things, thanks for watching the video.